Anthony, a little scoop shot. The steal by Anthony. Then on a switch by Howard. And the ball was knocked out of bounds.
I think he may have stepped on the line, but watch Kobe on the reverse. Yeah, Reggie, he doesn't look tired or hurt on that move. He must be pretty fired up to be playing here. And look at Dirk's reaction. And we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
How about the play of Dirk Nowitzki as of late?
Now, we saw him in Phoenix Thursday night. I think he shot 13 for 18. You know, he missed 9 games with that knee injury. And Dallas went 2-7 during that span. If not for that, and Greg Popovich told us this in our meeting before the game, if not for that, Dallas would be right there with the Spurs at the top of the Western Conference. And Pop, when we mentioned Dallas, he immediately, his eyes lit up. He said, yeah, that's a big-time team right there.
And Dirk Nowitzki, a strong MVP candidate. He's among the conversation. Dallas at 40-16. They're second in the West, right behind the Spurs, an incredible 46-10. Then the Lakers, followed by Oklahoma City, and then there's that battle for 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, you talk about Dallas, you know, everyone thought, you know, you talk about writing the obituaries when Caron Butler went down. But remember, you know, you guys saw the game when Roddy Beaubois came back just this past Thursday, and J.J. Barea is playing fantastic for them. So they have a lot of pieces to fill in for the injured Caron Butler.
Peja Stojakovic was signed. He's had a few good games from the field for Dallas. So, I think we have the same reaction Thursday night. Probably the deepest team, deepest roster in the NBA.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rick Carlisle right now, I don't know what will happen during playoff time, but he goes 10-11 deep.
Yeah, he may have some tough decisions, but of course those better than not having any options, right?
Absolutely.
Steal by Durant. James is back. Here's Durant. The tomahawk by Kevin Durant. James rejected by Duncan and fouled. So LeBron will go to the line.
Well, Kevin Durant coming on the backside of Dwayne Wade with the steal right here, and the open court because of his length, being able to finish in that size. You see the swipe there by LeBron James.
LeBron averaging 26 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He has had a terrific season. Miami getting off to the slow start at 9-8. A lot of questions were being asked. Miami now is 41-15. They've won 9 of their last 10, and they are now just percentage points behind the Celtics.
Yeah, his numbers have gotten better and better each month for Miami. I think they were hurt by the lack of cohesiveness in training camp. Kobe knocked down the long three, but Dwayne Wade missed camp. Once he came back and they got a chance to play together, Miami really came together.
Ball off the steal against Stoudemire. Good ball movement here by the West. Paul gets it inside Durant. Yes. And we're looking at a West squad. The last couple of sequences, not just gunning shots up, they're swinging the ball around.
I'm very impressed with the ball movement here by the West.
A steal, but by, took it out of the hands of Wade. Able to stay in bounds and then fires for 3. A long rebound handled by Rose. Gets it down to Stoudemire. Mari Stoudemire, who's playing with a sprained big toe. There's a question as to how many minutes he will go. Nice give and go. Duncan with the finish.
Tackling in the feed, Tim Duncan. It was interesting listening to Greg Popovich on his decision on starting Tim Duncan. Classy veteran, one of the, if not the best power forward this game has ever seen.
I think the only question was, would it be Tim or Pau Gasol? And I can understand the choice of Tim Duncan. Now here come the 4 Boston Celtics. And hearing it from the crowd. This is not a... I love it. Favorite arena. How you doing? That knows exactly what he's doing. It's Kevin Garnett. The enemy's last. Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo checking in. Aaron Williams of the Utah Jazz will come on for Chris Paul. Dirk Nowitzki will check in. Pau Gasol has come on for Duncan. Kobe Bryant remains On the floor, our question to Doc was, who will be the fifth member along with the 4 Celtics? Well, it is Dwight Howard.
Now, those are the biggest decisions that the coaches have to make. Is, hey, Allen, airball the 3, and here's it from the crowd.
Yes, he does.
But the coaches really, I mean, there's no strategy, right? This is all about divvying up minutes and trying to figure out, how can we get everybody on the floor and not anger anyone so that they're maybe a little upset come playoff time when they're playing against the Spurs or the Celtics.
Speaking of anger, as a foul is called, there was not good feeling between Kevin Garnett and Dwight Howard off a couple of incidents in games this season. And here's Dwight as the lone member of the East remaining on the floor.
You think Dwight's looking over his back every time up and down the floor with these 4 Celtics on the floor with him?
Ray Allen called for the foul.
And that's the most recent time that 4 teammates have made it, the 2006 Pistons. And Flip Saunders, I think, was a coach of that All-Star team, and he, too, put all 4 of his players on the floor at one time.
And it became a real game at that point. It was just a wild playground-style basketball on the 4 Pistons entered, and it was real basketball.
They started running their sets. Of course, the other guy didn't know what was going on.
The West up by 9. We're halfway through this first quarter. Pierce. And back comes Darren Williams.
Even Pierce gets booed here in L.A. Well, he's from Inglewood, grew up here going to Laker games. And even Paul Pierce, when he gets the ball, immediately gets booed by all these Laker fans.
Fade away by Anthony. Good ball is right there. Off the deflection. Good start here for the Western squad. 8 of 15. They're shooting 53%, and a foul is called. The 10-2 run by the West. Anthony called for the foul. Dwight Howard for the East squad. West up 21-10.
Welcome back to Staples Center. The West leading by 11. Reggie mentioned what a busy weekend has been for rookie Blake Griffin of Los Angeles Clippers, who's not only fulfilled expectations, but has surpassed them, highlighted by soaring over a Kia automobile to win the Slam Dunk Championship. But the All-Star celebration has been accompanied by a heavy heart. On Wednesday, he found out that his best friend growing up, Wilson Holloway, passed away from Hodgkin's lymphoma. Immediately after the game, he will be on a plane to attend Wilson's funeral tomorrow. He dedicated the Slam Dunk Championship to Wilson's memory and will present Wilson's parents with a trophy tomorrow. Now to David Aldridge.
Well, Craig, this is the weekend where competition is supposed to take a back seat, especially among members of the same team, but the Miami-Boston rivalry has permeated the Eastern Conference All-Stars. On Saturday, Coach Doc Rivers sent 4 of his Boston Celtics out in practice with Miami's Chris Bosh and proceeded to run several of the Heat's plays as if to show the Heat's 3 All-Stars, yeah, we know you're set. As a matter of fact, Doc told us that Rajon Rondo does know all of Boston's plays. I asked Rondo if that were true, and he said not necessarily, but if you give him a quarter, Marv, he'll pick up the rest.
All right, thank you, David. Reggie is a 4-time All-Star. What do you remember about All-Star practices?
Well, actually getting there and playing the shooting game, because you don't go through a lot of sets because everyone obviously has their own sets. But I think when you get there and you play the shooting games, you try to get familiar with one another. That's the key.
Was it awkward, though? I mean, you're playing against Michael Jordan, a guy you tried to fight several times, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it was vice versa.
It's foolful because Michael was always hitting me up, hey, Reg, how you doing?
Yeah.
Everything's doing okay? And then we would play you guys a week later, and he elbowed me in my head. So all fool's, ladies and gentlemen. You guys think these guys are getting along. There's not a lot of love lost.
Oh, nice move by Rajon Rondo on the subject of fool's gold. Doc Rivers was talking about that earlier. That guys come together at All-Star breaks. The guys make the team, and they've been just hammering each other during the course of the regular season. But it's how's the family, how's things going? As Kobe is able to score again, he's 4 of 7, 11 points. And Doc says, it's a little phony.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Well, remember, it was only a week ago that Kevin Garnett set that hard pick on Mike Miller. We're going to see a blocking foul there. But Barnett set the screen on Miller. Miller went down. Dwayne Wade went after Kevin Garnett. And Rondo went into the timeout huddle. These teams genuinely do not like each other. So, 7 of the 12 roster spots made up of Miami and Boston. Very awkward situation.
And Blake Griffin hearing it from the crowd as he checks in. First All-Star game. Number 1 overall pick in the 2009 draft and sat out because of the injury. This is what you're talking about in Boston. A hard pick by Ilgauskas and Rondo knocked him down, and moments later, Garnett with the elbow of Mike Miller.
All this is going is people rubbing their hands, getting ready. A foul with a nice finish on the pass from Darren Williams, rubbing their hands, getting ready for the playoffs.
4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Rondo gets it to Bosch. Bosch with a fadeaway. Chris Bosch, who has had a superb season. First year with Miami, 6-time All-Star, the 5 previous as a member of the Toronto Raptors.
He's been a rock for them. I don't know if you can say he's been quiet because he's here as an All-Star, but when you play with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, I think it is kind of quiet. Dirk Nowitzki knocks down the jumper, but Bosch has been there every single night. You can pretty much count on 18 and 10 from Bosch.
Oh, and there is Bosch on the tip. For Blake Griffin, his first of many All-Star buckets.
Well, we were talking about Amari Stoudemire running the floor and being able to finish. I think Blake Griffin is going to give him a run for his money as powerful as KG knocks down his first shot. Being able to run the floor and finish in traffic.
It seems to me, just, watching these games, Blake Griffin and LeBron James are the 2 best athletes in the NBA in terms of explosiveness and just sheer power.
Ginobili missing the back tap attempted by Gasol. Back comes the East. Rondo trying to put a move on Williams, who took it away. And Darren Williams going to the back court. And you can't do that.
Well, Ginobili trailing the play. He says, why should I bother coming into the front court? Because in an All-Star game, everybody shoots so quickly.
29-21, the West on top.
So you going for the West? I saw your interview on TV. I heard you say, Fever! Got the Beaver fever. What's up, sir? Hey, nice shoes, man. I like them. Hey, get you a pair of them. Huh? Get you a pair of them.
I'll tell you, it's right out there just bothering people at courtside.
Heckling Steven Tyler.
And there's Stevie Wonders.
Stevie Wonder.
That was a, wow.
So did
Yes, what's the other one? John Legend. White talking about having fever.
Your favorite, Marv, right?
Absolutely. P. Diddy. And Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z, a minority owner of the New Jersey Nets. How about the performance of Justin Bieber in the celebrity game Friday night? He put on a crossover move against Comet, as I recall. Here's Bosch. And hit a 3. Scored 8 points. May have been a tainted MVP vote, but he did get MVP, and yes, I had a Beaver fever watching Justin do his thing.
You don't think 8 points and 3 assists is MVP type numbers?
I don't know the demographic of those who were voting, but
Well,
he had a lot of fun for it.
if you don't know the demographic, you're going to be getting so much hate mail now.
I'm guessing it was 12-year-old girls who were voting.
You say that with scorn as Nowitzki knocks down a rainbow.
I thought Scottie Pippen deserved it. He had 18. He blocked Justin Bieber's shot
And Magic was
laughed at him.
very upset with Scottie as Bosch hits again. Magic saying, what is he playing against the Lakers in the finals? He took it very seriously. Here's Gasol laying it home with a minute and a half remaining in this first quarter. Marv Albert, Steve Kerr, Reggie Miller, Craig Sager, David Aldridge worked the sideline. On the turnover, Al Horford came up with it. So they maintain possession.
Too many turnovers in this first period.
Horford rejected by Nowitzki.
Don't see that very often. Dirk's not a shot blocker. I'm surprised he didn't do the